And we are back. What's the scene? Season 2. And we are back. What's the scene? Season 2. Hey! Oh my god, I'm so excited. We are back for season 2. This is exciting. All right. What's the scene? Let's bring on Carlene. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
Evening, everyone.
We
Season
are back,
two.
season 2.
hmm
Are you ready, Carlene?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Let's go. And we already have Caribeat. All right, so let me let them in. But
Mhm.
I'm so excited. I think this past season, we've gotten so much great feedback.
Mhm.
Hey,
Hello.
Hi.
got Caribeat in the house.
Yes, let's
Yay!
go.
We are
Great
so
start to our season two.
You
excited
should be. And because guess what? You know why you should be excited?
because I'm
Because
with you, Lisa.
Mhm.
and you are the first guest for season 2. Yes,
Oh my goodness. Well, we're honored. We're honored.
absolutely. So, for those of you people are starting to join us,
Great.
we have the amazing husband and wife team for
Luis is coming in.
Louis
Okay.
is coming in. Monique and Louis McSween, one of my two most favoritist, if that's a word,
We feel the
couples.
same way.
So, Carlene, funny story how Monique and I know each other.
Okay, let's
This
hear it.
going back to convent days in Trinidad, girl.
Convent,
Oh.
Yes.
convent.
I hope I ain't tell our business with our age, right, Monique? You
No,
think I
no,
should?
no, no, no. Because
You
we're
guys
we're
look
only
young and
21
beautiful
years old
anyways.
after all.
Yeah, so that's how long Monique and I know each other. And I'm so excited because they've launched this amazing business called Carribeat. And I can't wait to get into the nitty gritty as soon as Mr. Louis joins us. Is he here yet or not yet?
Yep, he's coming in. Here
He,
he
Mhm.
is.
Yay!
Hey,
We're going to have fun
Diana's in the
tonight, Carly.
house.
Yes.
We're
So I am so sorry. We're using my phone because my computer just went haywire.
That's
Like,
fine.
yeah.
That's
Sorry about
fine.
That's
that.
fine. That's fine. Things happen because we already had our phone call about our own technical difficulties. So we're fine.
Yes.
The technology jumbie is out somewhere fooling
It's
around.
out
So
and it
Exactly.
needs to jump back in. The jumbie need to go back wherever it come from because I'm sick of this already. Carlina's like, all right, let's wrap up the
No,
fun and games.
no,
Let's get
no.
to
I'm having
business.
fun here. I am in no rush. I'm having fun.
Uh,
yes.
all right, Carlina, you want to kick us off or you want me to do it?
Go ahead.
No.
Go
You can start off here.
ahead.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we definitely want to get into Caribeat and what is Caribeat. So, what started this whole Caribeat? What I should say, this whole Caribeat situation. How did this all get?
Movement, Caribbean
Urban
movement.
movement. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Louis. That is the exact word I was looking for. What started this whole Caribeat movement? Thank you. That's the word I was looking for.
Well, firstly, before we even go into what started the Caribbean movement, I want to say thank you to you, Lisel, and to Colleen for giving us this opportunity to be on Where's the Scene. We have been watching, no pun intended, we have been watching the two of you and what you have been able to do in terms of giving the Caribbean community this voice, which
Absolutely.
Oh,
is so important, this platform through which we can come together and talk about not just the things that matter to us, but also the things that affect us and
Mhm.
how we can increase our communication and all of the things, the mechanisms, the strategies that we really need to put in
Yes.
place to come together as a
Absolutely.
diaspora. And so this platform is so critical, and we are just delighted to be here this evening with the two of you.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank
We
you.
appreciate that.
Yes, you're welcome. Well deserved. Well deserved. I'm not making that stuff up. It's all true.
Oh,
All true.
thank you.
And
Okay,
you know,
Carlene, let's pass some. Yay! Thank you,
Thank
thank you,
you.
thank you.
and so that's why, you know, we delightfully accepted this invitation this evening. And so I think that's a great segue to why we started Caribeat.
Yes.
So just to provide some context, you know, we got married in 2006, January of 2006. July, I know he says like 40,
That's a long
he said
time,
it feels like
Lizelle.
42 years ago. But yes, it was 2006. 42 years ago, Lisel and I were still in diapers. But
Oh
anyway,
my God.
and that's our story, and we stick in teardrop. I'm just kidding. But anyway, so we started this company in July of 2007. So exactly a
Mhm,
year and a half later after we got married, we started this company, and we felt that, or rather, we started this company because we felt that there was a need for an elevation and a promotion and a representation of all things Caribbean.
okay.
Absolutely.
We felt that the Caribbean, what we knew as the Caribbean,
Mhm,
was not, I don't want to use the word misrepresented, because what we saw were elements of the Caribbean,
Mhm.
but what we knew as the Caribbean in its totality, and that includes the quality of our people, of our events, of our culture,
mhm,
the diversity of our population, and equally important, the contributions that we make to the United States of America,
mhm.
that all of those things were not properly and appropriately and adequately represented.
Right.
So we started Caribeat, believe it or not, as a catering company.
Oh,
Yes, okay.
Yes. And then people loved the sauces and all of that. So Louis started with his sauces. And then we morphed, or we emerged into an events company,
Mhm,
bringing events to the diplomatic corps and representing embassies and the cultural events that they wanted to host and stage.
mhm.
And then we moved into a lifestyle company, and then a
Wow,
destination marketing company, and a culinary cultural tour company. And then we signed BP Renegade Steel Orchestra, which, as you know, is the
that's
world's
amazing.
largest touring steel
Yeah.
orchestra. And then we started signing cultural cooperation agreements,
Mhm,
with, you know, through our relationship with Meridian International Center, whereby we do youth and cultural exchange programs,
mhm,
particularly using Steel Pan as a way to engage youth and elevate youth and teach youth professional deportment and teamwork and social skills.
mhm.
And as a part of our destination marketing, we also offer aviation consulting and air transportation consulting services.
Oh wow.
Luis is an airline executive, as you know.
Yes.
And so, yeah, this is how Caribeat became a Caribbean
that,
lifestyle company.
that's amazing. So it's how
That's a
you guys evolved over the
I
years.
Yes,
know.
yes,
That's impressive.
yes,
Yeah.
That is really
yes.
impressive. So congratulations to you
Thank
guys.
you. Thank
And this,
you.
and you know, Carlene, everything they just shared is why we have this platform, because we want to highlight our
Yes.
Caribbean people who are doing so well. And wow, kudos to you, because I'm holding my breath like, how is she doing all this?
Very little sleep. Very little sleep.
With little pain.
That's really amazing.
So
So,
you provided so many events, culinary events, tours. What's the most popular experience you offer in your business?
Wow, that would be like picking a favorite child, Carly. That really is like picking a favorite child. You know, it all depends on a number. It depends on the market. It
mhm,
depends on the time of year. And, you know, it depends on a number of different factors. I will say, in terms of our favorite, in each sort of division, we have a favorite kind of child that we,
Okay.
is not only profitable for
Right.
us, but also is great for the business and that we love to execute and is a lot of fun, is very rewarding.
Mm-hmm.
And equally important is where we see impact.
Mm-hmm.
And when we say impact, we're not just talking about impact in terms of our business growth and our brand, but also impact in terms of the difference that we are making
Mm-hmm.
to the people who matter for us, which is our youth and our Caribbean
Mm-hmm.
community and the extensions of our Caribbean community. Because, when we talk about the Caribbean diaspora at Caribeat, we're not just speaking of people who were born in the Caribbean. We're
Mm-hmm.
also speaking about a lot of honorary Caribbean people. Because,
Yes.
we have people who, they're more Trini than you. They're not even born in Trinidad, but
Yeah.
they teach you everything about Trinidad. They love Trinidad food and Trinidad people, right? So, or Trinidadian. So it's about, in each division, I would say we have some favorites, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in our culinary cultural tours, I would say my favorite is Cuba, is our
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
tour, which we started that tour a year and a half ago. We are now about to embark on our seventh tour. It
Oh,
does
wow.
very
That
well.
is amazing.
Yes, yes. What would you say is your favorite tour?
Well, yeah, I would say Cuba.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Havana. And it's, the Cubans, Cuba is, all I can say is when you arrive in Havana, the love that you feel
Yeah.
is like a mother's love.
Wow.
So and it's
It's
a
just,
culture rich.
Yeah.
So much
yeah,
culture. Yes.
so much
Oh
culture,
my.
so much
Yes.
culture. And it's Afro Caribbean people.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of threads that connect us with Cuba
Mm-hmm.
in terms of from their religious background, from the rhythm, the rhythm in their music, the food they eat, how they approach life, how they welcome people, their hospitality, even in the most dire of circumstances, with very
Mm-hmm.
little. They'll give you the shirt on their back.
Yeah.
They're just
Mm-hmm.
loving and hospitable and generous people.
Mm-hmm.
Very much like us from the
Yeah.
Caribbean. That's how we
Yeah.
are, right?
Uh-huh.
You go into a Caribbean household, we have one piece of chicken, 20 people arrive. That one piece of chicken will share into 20 and
Yeah.
everybody will eat,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Um, Luis has
Yeah,
a.
but there's another part to it.
Mhm.
If I may interject, all aspects of what we do, there's an educational component to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because, people's perception of the Caribbean has always been, well, first of all, we focus on the diaspora, which we should.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of the diaspora, most people perceive the Caribbean as, just beautiful beaches and, just great sand, maybe great food. But
Mm-hmm. They're so.
generally, there's much
Yeah,
more
Mm-hmm.
absolutely.
to the Caribbean, as it relates to education, our just our whole being, if you will, in terms of attitude,
Mm-hmm.
discipline, culture.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just so much more to it. So each component of what we do, um, education transcends. So in other words, whether we do the Cuban tour or we do a culinary, and Monique will probably speak to it,
Mm-hmm.
uh, cooking class.
Yeah.
It's actually to bring people a little bit more closer to the region.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So even though we focus on Trinidad a lot,
Yeah.
we really are Caribbean.
Yeah.
We're really CARICOM ambassadors, if you will.
Yeah.
We don't ill speak about any other island. Because each island has its own tradition, its
Mm-hmm.
own culture, and we
Mm-hmm.
love to promote it.
yeah,
So that when people do meet us or attend one of our events,
Mm-hmm.
they walk away with a better
yeah,
understanding as to, oh my God, I never knew that, right?
yeah,
So now, with that type of attitude, then it encourages people to come visit,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's St. Vincent, whether it's Antigua, St.
Mm-hmm.
Lucia, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, whatever, right? People now have a sense of what is offered
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
in a particular country and in the region, if
Yeah,
you
I
will.
love
So
that.
each component does have, for us, an educational
yeah,
piece, if you will. Yeah.
yeah.
And one thing I definitely want to get into, because of course, I've been watching your travels. And I even saw on your page, I don't want to give away too much because I want people to come and check your page out, that you've even recently received it was a review award for your cultural tours.
Yes.
So I definitely want to get into like, I know Havana, Cuba is one of your more popular
Yeah.
tours as of now. So Carlene and I are guests on your tour, and we soon will be in real life.
Good.
Like,
Good. We
what
look forward to that.
yeah, I want to go back to Cuba. I went some years ago and I had a fantastic time. So I
Mhm.
definitely want to go back and I'm going to drag Carlene kicking and screaming with me.
She'll all be
So
there.
what so definitely like what can you expect to experience on this tour? Like give us a whole like what the vibe is, what you're going to show us, because
Yeah.
I really want to get into what people experience when they come on one of your
Well,
tours.
I'll let Monique speak to it, but the one thing that all of our tours are immersive, so you're not
Yes.
just going to, a five-star fancy hotel necessarily, but you're
Yeah.
going to resorts or you get accommodations that are five-star, but they're local in essence,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Right.
So when you do leave, you're not just staying at a 10-story, bus store day in and day out. We actually take you into neighborhoods, into homes,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
understanding the music, the food.
Yeah.
Molly can
Yeah.
elaborate, but that's the difference with our tours. Our
Yes.
tours are not just the more routine tours that you do, that most people
Yeah.
experience. We are really very immersive as it
Immersive.
relates with our
Absolutely.
Sounds
tours.
like I'm gonna
Absolutely.
feel like a
Yes.
local. I'm gonna feel
Yes.
like a local. That's what.
Yes.
Okay.
So from the time you arrive, as Luis said, you take a deep dive into the cuisine and culture of Cuba.
Mm-hmm.
So we take you through what is really an Afro-Cuban cultural journey
Mm-hmm.
where you discover and it's all there on our website, but I'll just give you, I'll just provide some tidbits. You discover Habana Compass, which is the top Afro-Cuban dance troupe in Cuba.
Okay.
Then we go into certain neighborhoods where you discover the Afro-Cuban religions and how they
Oh.
worship.
Okay.
We also take you to a wonderful, wonderful art experience where you visit one of the top art galleries in Cuba, and you learn about the journey of artists and
Mm-hmm.
how they, as you know, Cuban art is some of the most fabulous art in the world. Not that other countries, because each country's art represents the history and the culture of the country, but their art tends to be very vibrant. It tends to be when you look at Cuban art, it's like listen to music, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we take you through the artistic journey, and you go to some of the top art galleries where we have emerging artists. You go on Cuban rooftops. You go on the
Oh wow.
rooftops of Cuban
Wow.
homes, and you have a wonderful sunset evening where you have jazz and mojitos, and you have
Mm-hmm.
a your own personal front seat concert
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
with one of the top Afro-Cuban jazz bands.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all very upfront and personal. At Caribeat, we pride ourselves on not doing bus tours.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you're familiar with bus tours. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but you're talking about 100 people on a tour. There's a
Yeah.
guy with a red, white, and blue umbrella so everybody can see where the guide is. There's none of that.
Okay.
We have a fleet of vintage cars. They
Mm.
greet you at the airport, and you are assigned your own vintage car with
Oh.
driver for the entire time.
Wow.
All of our restaurants are vetted to ensure that they have the proper hygiene standards, that they use all
Mm-hmm.
distilled water, etc., so that everybody's safe and healthy for the entire trip. And we have some of the best concierges on the island who
Oh wow.
make sure that they stay with you 24/7, right? Not that they're in a bedroom with you, but you know what I mean. They're
Yeah.
from in the morning,
That
they're
would make the
there.
trip
You have
very
access.
interesting, and
Yes.
that would
uh,
make the trip very
very
interesting.
interesting indeed. But it's all about ensuring that you have that
Mhm.
personal and intimate and immersive experience of Cuba.
Okay. And I have to ask because I love, like, from what you're saying, it feels like I'm gonna feel like a true local, like I'm
Okay.
Yes,
actually born and raised
yes,
with the experience that you're sharing. Are
yes.
you planning to expand this type of experience or similar experience to other Caribbean islands, or are you just gonna focus on Havana, Cuba for now? Because it's
Yes, we
truly
are. Yes, we
phenomenal.
are. I don't want to give away too much for my
I,
boss to get
but
on my
we're not
back.
gonna tell anybody.
Yeah,
It's
but
just
we not.
us. We're not gonna, it's just us. We're not
Good
gonna
one,
tell
Lisa.
anybody.
Good one. Good one.
Yeah, we have about 4 islands that we've already secured agreements with, and then internationally, and Monique will
Okay.
speak about it. We have outside of the Caribbean, we have India,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of the things we do are obviously um, just obviously with the Caribbean region, but most importantly, when we discuss culture,
Mm-hmm.
culture has to do a lot, with who we are. So, for
That's right.
example, Trinidad and Tobago,
Mm-hmm.
there's a very high percentage of East Indians, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a relationship with
That's
India.
right.
Mm-hmm.
And as a result, we have an 11-day tour coming up to India, 6 city
Oh,
tour uh,
nice.
to India, which again, someone may say, well, why India? Well, India is very relevant, if you will, with the Caribbean,
That's right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So what best way to have a better understanding about the people that we interact with every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so so there's that, and the reverse. We'll have tours originating from India to, in this case, would be Trinidad, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and we're looking to find a way to make some other connection up the islands with some other islands.
Yeah.
I
So
love.
so all of it is back to what I was saying earlier. Is really having a real appreciation for the culture, and
Mm-hmm.
also educating those, and really not just educating the diaspora. I was saying earlier, just educating folks that are friends of the
Mm-hmm.
Caribbean.
That's right.
I mean, for example, we talk about Trinidadians and Trinis. You know, just being Trini, like all the other islands, they have similarities, obviously, but it's an attitude. It's something about people, whether they go to college,
Yes.
former roommate, someone on
Mm-hmm.
campus, and when we speak, someone says, "Are you Trini?" And right away, they've had some experience with someone from Trinidad. The minute they
Yes.
use the word Trini, you
And
know something, right?
you forgot one important sector. You
Yeah,
left out the
yeah.
convent girl. How could you leave out the
Yes.
convent girls? That's
Yes.
a big thing in
The
Trinidad.
accent. The accent.
See, Monique,
Yeah.
how could he forget the convent girls?
Don't get him started, please. Don't get him started on that.
Is that common with a K?
No, he says Cornvent.
And he
Cornvent.
is right.
Cornvent.
That's how we say convent.
Uh-huh. And me not apologizing
I
for
will
that
not
at all. No,
apologizing. We
Yeah,
standing on it. Period.
yeah.
Period.
I'm not gonna touch that one. But so we have so it's really it's at the end of the day, there's so many similarities, and all
Hmm.
so the importance is for us to really just find a way to educate folks, right? So
Yeah.
Monique was speaking earlier about the catering. One
Hmm.
of our favorite rooms, if you will, or areas in anyone's house, especially in the Caribbean, is the kitchen. We all
Yeah.
Yeah.
gather in the kitchen,
Yeah.
right? And some of the most heated conversations and debates, right, is done really in the kitchen over food. We eat, we enjoy it, and we argue whose food is better than the other.
Yeah.
Whether it's auntie or uncle, whatever. But the kitchen was always a place that brought us together.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So we really expanded upon that and
Hmm.
use that aspect of our culture to educate. So that's why cuisine is so important with
Hmm.
what we do.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
wherever we go, cuisine matters, habits and
Correct.
cultures and what have you. Yeah. So,
Correct. I think too, Colleen had asked about the favorite aspect. Another
yeah.
favorite aspect for us is Carribeat music.
Mm.
And specifically the steel pan.
Mhm.
We feel very strongly, as you can probably tell, about the steel pan as the national instrument of Trinidad and Tobago, the only instrument, acoustic instrument invented in the 20th century. Um, and that really is a very a very limited definition of the steel
Yeah.
pan, because the steel pan is so much more than a musical instrument. It has
Mhm.
become a mechanism through which we convene young people, through which we interest them and hook them in a sense to get their attention,
Mm-hmm.
to then focus them on other areas of
Yeah.
development.
Mhm.
And so this is why we feel so strongly, the steel pan is like our favorite child when you speak about the favorite aspects of our business, because it then helps us to fulfill a big part of our mission,
Mm-hmm.
which is preparing the next generation of successful emerging leaders.
Mm-hmm.
And through representing BP Renegade Steel Orchestra, we are able to share the language of steel pan and the power of steel pan around the world. And by signing the first of its kind memorandum of understanding with the largest program implementing agency of the State Department, Meridian International Center, we are now embarking on the Steel Pan Youth Development and Cultural
Oh.
Exchange Program
Oh, that's
that we
amazing.
are going to take nationally, including all around North America, including Canada and around the world, where we will teach youth steel pan, but we'll also teach them professional deportment, how to prepare a resume, how to shake hands, dining etiquette, how to wear your pants with a belt,
Yeah.
discipline.
Way.
Whiz, right, Colleen?
Right, right.
Way.
And in fact, and I hope I'm not veering too far off,
No,
but
we love it. This is great
yeah,
information.
Yes.
yes, as we speak about professional deportment and the steel pan, and going back to what Luis was saying with cuisine, another favorite aspect of our business is our culinary programs that we teach the youth as part of our partnership with DC government.
Mhm.
So in April last year, we launched this partnership with DC government. They've called us back again this year because it was so successful, whereby we teach young people how to prepare healthy and nutritious food. We teach them, Chef Luis
Mhm.
um, teaches them what is a nutritious plate, what is a nutritious meal. We have a program called Daddy and Me, where young dads, and particularly, including young single dads, learn how to go in the supermarket,
Mm.
shop for a healthy meal, then work with their child in the kitchen to prepare a healthy meal, and we try to keep the meal a meal for five below
Oh,
$20.
wow.
Yes, and then we teach the kids how to set a table, how to sit at a table. We teach the young men, when a lady approaches the table, you stand, how
Beautiful.
to pull the chair for the lady, allow the lady to sit, where to put the knife, the fork, etc. So this is a large part of what, in terms of our mission and the impact and the difference that we want to make.
Awesome. That's such amazing work. Oh,
Thank you.
that's really good.
It
We gotta
is.
teach them from young. We gotta teach them from young, and you guys are on track of
you
that.
know,
That's so
yeah, I
good.
know it's amazing. Monique spoke about the steel pan. If I may just add, the just steel pan. We sometimes just take it for
We
granted. We just
do.
but just beating pan and keeping in mind that if you look at the past and even current,
Mhm.
in the past, it was done by ear, but nowadays, a lot of the youth that you see playing and beating pan, music, they're studying music, they're
That's
music
right.
majors, but beating pan is not something you can just walk up and start beating.
No, you can't.
It requires discipline. It requires obviously practice, lots of practice.
Mhm.
So we also are using pan through these programs that Monique spoke, the MOUs, as a means to really as one more component in hopefully getting kids off the street.
That's right.
Yes.
Right? And it's not necessarily a crime prevention, but when kids are off the street, it's less likely they're gonna get into any
Trouble.
So, but PAN requires discipline, requires lots of practice, and the more they get engaged with PAN and the more they practice, is the less time they have on the streets.
Yeah.
So we're also using that in essence as one little piece towards helping solve some of these problems that we're currently having with our youth. And that percentage of youth that generally creates the headlines. There are a lot of great kids out there. There are great young fathers out there. So we are not deterred by it. We're using this as another means of helping kids get out of the street, and hopefully by understanding and learning music, they're able to go on, professionally or even to college to educate themselves in the music field.
And Louis, you are absolutely correct. It is so much practice. So
It is.
let me throw a little convent information for you. So back in my convent days at Holy Name, there actually in our music program, we had the option to sign up for the Caribbean Pan Festival, and Holy Name Convent actually competed. And I actually used to play the tenor pan. Don't ask me how to play that now. Yeah, I used to play the tenor pan back in convent days. And I will never forget, we would practice from 2 when school finished till 7 every night to get ready for that music festival. And it was, it's not just, you could just go and play it, you're right. You have to know music notes. You have to know ABC. You have to know the notes on the pan, especially the tenor. And I was like, why did I pick the tenor pan? Why I couldn't just pick the 6 bass? Because I know 6 bass is easier than tenor. And then after all that practice, we had the nerve to come in 11th. They were picking the 10th. And we had the nerve to come. I was so vexed all that time, 2 to 7 practicing, and we come 11th. But guys, no, it was an amazing experience. I never wanted to play again after that, but I'm happy I did it, and it is a lot of discipline and dedication to learn that.
Even though you haven't played, where you are today, that discipline also will have helped you somewhere along the way to where you are today.
Yeah, then my father was being funny one year. He was like, "You want me to bring your pan?" I was like, "Daddy, leave me alone with that thing." Yes. Carlene, I know you didn't know your girl played pan in high school.
Did not know.
Yes. I have a picture with my Jerry curl in the tenor pan playing for Holy Name Convent at the music festival at G Fair Complex.
Is that Jerry curl you said there?
Yes, I had my Jerry curl.
Your age out now, LaSalle.
Yes. He brought back some great memories, but I was just wanted to make everyone aware that it does require a lot of discipline, especially if you're dealing with a tenor pan. It's a lot.
Hours and hours of practice. But Lisel and Carlene, there was something else that I wanted to say in terms of why we started the company and what this is all about. And one of just going back to how we grew up and what we learned. We just felt that there is so much value in that and bringing that to the US. And there are 2 aspects that I just want to touch on. The first is that we really do come from the happiest place on
We
earth.
do. We absolutely do.
We do. And it is obviously, it has something to do with the fact that the weatherman has nothing to do, and we have sunshine in the morning, rain lunchtime, and sunshine in the afternoon. Sunshine all day, every day, right? So part of it is that.
Yes.
But the other part of it is our outlook on life and how we view life and see life.
Yeah.
And I know some people say, man, you laugh at everything, even the serious stuff. And it is not necessarily that we take things lightly, but we understand the necessity of injecting levity into things in life, issues in life, so that we can deal with them appropriately.
Yes.
And so, we felt that through Caribeat, sorry, my light is going off. Through Caribeat, we have an opportunity to bring that happiness. And that is why our tagline is
And
Caribbean
happy.
warmth and
It
happiness,
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? And I sign all of my emails with Caribbean warmth and happiness
Mm-hmm.
because that is really our gift to the world.
Okay.
That smile that we
Yes.
bring to the world.
Yeah.
The other aspect of how we grew up is manners.
And
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
when I first moved here to the US and Louis said, okay, let me show you how to take the train. When I walked in the train, I said to everybody, good morning. Because when you walk in public transportation in Trinidad,
wait, in
you can't
DC,
walk on a bus
on
and a
DC
messenger
Metro,
say good
Monique?
morning. Girl, I walk on the plane, on the train. Good
Uh-huh.
morning. People started grab their handbags like they thought was going to rob them. So I look at Luis and say, "What's wrong with these people?"
Uh,
He said, "Babe, you don't do that here. You don't do that here." But then I could have said to myself, "Well, this is not how things are." But I never stop doing it. No, I don't make a grand announcement of good morning.
like,
But if I sit next to someone on
I
the
will say
on
good
the
morning.
train, I would say good morning.
Yeah.
Or if I'm sitting next to a stranger on the aircraft,
Mm-hmm.
when I board a plane, I would say good morning or good
Yeah.
afternoon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that level of professional deportment and manners that we learned will go a very long way with our youth here in the
Mm-hmm.
United States
Absolutely.
because it injects not just a measure of civility,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
but it also brings a measure of
Mm-hmm.
calm per
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
situation.
That makes
And Monique,
sense.
I'm definitely going to agree with you because I'll never forget in New York, I got on the elevator and I there smiling like, good afternoon, everybody, with my strong Trini accent. And they looked at me like, is she mad?
Yes,
I,
yes.
and you know, when your accent strong, you're fresh from Trinidad. Good afternoon.
Yes.
Or when you walk into a place, say good night, good night.
Good
But
night. Good night.
now we know good night is when you're leaving, it's not when you
Hey,
arrive.
Arriving,
I had to
exactly.
learn that from my husband. When you tell people good night, you mean you leave it. I'm like, no, you're just saying good night. I ain't going nowhere yet. Colleen is
Oh,
in tears. Why you,
I'm just picturing people's reaction. That's what it is.
girl?
Yes.
Yes. But no, Monique, I would have paid $10 to see you on the train telling people good
Girl,
morning. I would have paid money for that one.
let me tell you something. To this day,
Mhm.
even when we are teaching, because sometimes I teach at Prince George's Community College, or we
Yes.
have our classes we do for district government, and we tell young people morning is an acknowledgement of the time of day.
Mhm.
Everybody knows this morning they could see the sun in the sky.
Yep.
Good morning is a
Yeah.
greeting.
Mhm.
And I really believe that injection of civility is
Mhm.
so critical to our youth development. And as Caribbean people, we bring that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
We really
agree.
do.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
totally agree. Gosh, Colleen laughing at
I'm
us.
laughing here. Everyone's the reaction was laughing. But it does give warmth and happiness when you have those type of greetings to people. They may
Yes.
be shocked,
Yes.
but they're like, "Oh, this is something new," you
Hmm.
know.
Yes.
So, and it kind of keeps it in their head that,
Yes.
and they'll tell someone else, and it could just a train of reaction here, you know.
We have my girl Donica is on here. She said I'm a Southern girl and I'll good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my colleagues to death.
There you
Yes,
go. That's what I
absolutely,
love. Do it. Keep doing it.
You keep doing it,
absolutely.
Donica. I know you will too. All right. But one thing I definitely want to get into because this is such a great conversation and we
Yeah.
could go on and on and on. And I want to make sure our viewers really get to know who and what Caribeat is all about. I know we've touched lightly on some future plans for Caribeat, like you're planning to expand your culinary tours to other countries. And we already tell you, we're not going to tell anybody what countries, but you're not telling us the countries yet, but it's fine. So to pivot off of that, what
Mhm.
other areas are you planning to expand Caribeat on that you can share, even though it's just me and Carlene, and we're not going to tell anybody, right?
Yeah, so this business is growing exponentially, and it's I remember a very senior executive of PricewaterhouseCoopers many years ago saying to me, that when you're running a business, it's like driving a car. And if you feel that that car is in control, you're not moving fast
Wow.
enough and you're not doing enough for your growth.
Okay.
So, and I'm sure Lisa and Carly, the two of you can identify with
Yep.
that some days you feel like you're on, you're on this
Yeah.
racetrack and this thing is, just
Yeah.
going so fast.
Yes.
But I think there are three areas that we'd like to share with our family who members who are on
It's
this
only me
evening.
and Carleen. Forget everybody else. It's only
Okay, all right, okay. So the first area is we spoke about our culinary cultural tours,
yes.
but specifically our cuisine and our culinary
Mm-hmm.
products that we are in the process of commercializing right now.
Nice. That is
Yes,
awesome.
yes. So that is huge for us.
Okay.
All of those products, all of those recipes come from the brain of Luis
Yeah.
McSween, Chef
Okay.
McSween.
And
Yes.
pause, Monique. I'm going to do a
Yes.
plug. And I have personally tasted, purchased, and stalked Monique and hubby for those things. And they're delicious. Just a personal plug, but go on.
Yes. And when Lisa says stalking, she's correct. She's correct. My phone will be buzzing all hours of the day and night. So the commercialization of those products and getting them on shelves has been a huge
That is amazing.
development for us.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. The second area of our development has to do specifically with culture. Again, we are very passionate about steel pan and taking steel pan to the world, and so to every corner of the United States, and that is huge for us. And implementing our steel pan youth development and cultural exchange
Okay.
programs throughout North America.
Okay.
So that is a big development that is just major for us.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yes. And then the third, would you like to add any, or you want me to?
Not with our involvement with CTO, I think it's big
Yes.
for us.
Okay. Do you
we
mind sharing what CTO is in case some of our viewers
Yeah, I'm
know?
sorry. That's a Caribbean tourism organization, which we're members of, and we're really been, getting very active within that organization only because of the work that it's doing throughout the Caribbean. So, and it's a great organization for us to not only be participating in, but also to use that as a means to again educate the folks that are outside of the diaspora about the Caribbean. So
Yeah.
that's a big one for us.
That is big.
And
I
I
am so
just
proud of y'all, and I'm so glad. Kudos to y'all. This is amazing.
thank you. And Lisa, I just want to add, I know I said three, but I want to add that we are so proud. We are so proud to be a Caribbean company. We are also exceedingly proud that we're a Maryland-based company.
Ah,
We believe we have the best governor on the
yes,
planet.
Hey.
I
you
know in this forum we're not
Westmore.
to be talking politics, but Governor Westmore,
Yes.
as you know, Louis serves on Governor Moore's Commission on Caribbean Affairs, and we are just seeing, the leaps and the bounds through which small businesses are growing, or by which small businesses are growing, and the opportunities that are being provided for small businesses in the state of Maryland. And we are doing all that we can to get involved and make sure that not just for us, but our fellow Caribbean people understand that there are programs and there are resources in place for your success.
Yeah.
So let's take advantage of them.
And
That's
I can
amazing.
see a lot of people
Yes.
sliding in your DMs when this live goes off to find out.
So
So,
we heard there's something special going on this week. Tell us
Yes.
more about it.
Woo!
What
The
can people
Island
expect?
Lime Festival.
Yeah.
So let me provide you with some context on this
yes.
festival. We first started in Union Market, which is just a fabulous market in Washington, D.C. It's, firstly, I know this may sound minor, but it's a big thing. It's one of the few places in D.C. with major parking, free parking.
Yes, it is.
It is
Which
in
is a
the
big deal.
pumping, bustling, beautiful, amazing Union District in DC. And so we started there at Union Market in December of 2020, December of 2021, right? And we started Lisel has been there in a tiny, tiny space and just grew until we had this entire space. Long story short, since our pop-ups at Union Market, they've been wanting us to come back. And now the rooftop has been calling us every year since 2021.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And then they called us again at the beginning of this year and said, Caribeat, please, we love what we saw. Because remember, we used to have our Real Happy
Yes,
Vibes
I'm telling
lives
you,
at
real happy.
Union Market on a
Yeah.
Friday night. And they said, we just love what we saw. We love you guys. We love the culture. Can you bring this to the rooftop? So High Lawn is the most amazing rooftop in Washington, D.C. It is absolutely gorgeous. It overlooks the entire Capitol Hill and Northeast D.C. area. And we are bringing the Island Lime Festival there.
Nice.
Nice.
This is Caribbean Emancipation Month.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're celebrating that. But as you know, a lot of Caribbean countries are celebrating very important milestones. Jamaica just celebrated their independence.
Yep.
Trinidad and Tobago, we're celebrating our independence on August 31st. We're
Yep.
celebrating our Republic Day, September 24th. In Maryland, we're celebrating, this is officially August is our Caribbean Heritage Month. And so this is going to be a big celebration of the best of the Caribbean.
Nice.
It's at the rooftop, High Lawn Rooftop, Union Market in downtown DC. And we are having the best of Caribbean restaurants.
Okay.
So this is a cultural cuisine extravaganza, a culinary cultural extravaganza. We have
able to share some of the restaurants that will be there? Okay.
We have Bami's Modern Caribbean, Crown Caribbean Bakery and Restaurant. All right.
All right.
We have Trini Vibes Cuisine,
Okay.
which has an amazing food truck that is now about to open their restaurant in Adams Morgan very soon. We have the Jerk Pit.
Yes.
The Cuban Baker.
Ooh.
Amazing Cuban pastries and flan and just wonderful baked goods. We have We Culture Corn Soup, because you can't have a Caribbean line
Without corn.
without a
You
corn
need that.
soup, right?
Yes.
And we have the Snow Cone Queen. So we have rounded out our representation of Caribbean cuisine with, and we've avoided duplication. So every vendor is going to have a unique value proposition, and each restaurant is bringing their best. Then now you can't have a Caribbean line without the best of entertainment.
Yes.
So we have DJ Super Slice, DJ Sprang International, Pan Master Steel Orchestra.
Oh, nice.
Yes, we have KRA Reggae Band.
Nice.
We have our carnival costume dancers, because you can't have a line without carnival costume, and a few people learning how to whine and jump up. All right? And much, much more. Then we have our own Caribbean representation, because we can't be in downtown DC without having our Caribbean representation. So in addition to our diaspora, we have the Jamaica Tourist Board. We have the Bahamas Tourist Board, who has sponsored 2 fantastic hotel accommodation giveaways.
Oh, nice.
All inclusive, all right, to the Bahamas. Barbados Tourist Board, who is doing a rum tasting.
Ooh.
We have the Trinidad and Tobago Embassy with giveaways from Tourism Trinidad Limited. And we have the Trinidad and Tobago Association of DC. Okay. So this is going to be a real celebration of all things Caribbean. And the best is yet to come. It's only $10. All of that for $10.
Yep.
$10. Kids under 7 are free. So this is a real family affair. You can get tickets at Caribeat.com or HighLoanDC.com. If you don't have a chance to get your tickets before, you can pay at the door. But I'm just letting you know, it's a rooftop. There's a capacity limit. So we are highly encouraging people to get the tickets.
Yeah. And one thing we did forget to mention, it's this Saturday, August 24th, from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m.
That's right.
Yeah, so make sure you get get your tickets, and we'll definitely send out more information on What's the Scene
Yeah.
page, so you guys will know how to get your tickets to go. What's the Scene will be there, so you'll get to see me.
Yeah.
Yay! Carlene may be there. She's still trying
Maybe.
to be
Colleen,
saved.
no, no,
What's going
no.
on,
What's going
Carly?
on,
What's the
Colleen?
day about?
What's
She's
going
in
on?
Canada.
In
She in
Toronto.
She's
Canada?
in
Yeah.
Canada.
Oh,
She's the Canada connection.
Yeah.
yes.
What?
Okay.
uh, Ali Fit Forever is looking forward to the festival on Saturday. Love High Lawn, awesome venue.
Yeah.
So she's
Oh,
going.
Thank you.
but
Thank
Ali
you.
refused to come
Look
early with
forward to
me.
seeing you there, Ali.
Yeah. But she refused to come early with me. She want to be part, Caribbean people, they want to show up late. So I was like, all right, Allison, okay, no problem.
Lisa, you cannot say anything because I remember the days when we used to turn up in parties at
Oh,
midnight
of
so everybody could see
course.
our outfit when we walk in. Okay? It's only because the boss man have me getting to events 3 hours early because I have to work that you see me there early.
Oh, thank you, Allison. She said she'll come early with me. Oh, thank you,
I love that.
Allison. So one thing, because we're almost out of time and I want to make sure our viewers really get to know you guys. So is there anything surprising or unexpected about you that people would be surprised to know? Like share some type of fun fact? See, you saw the face, Carly. You should see their faces. We catch them. That was a good one.
That is a good
Yeah.
one. Yeah, fun fact. Wow, that's a good one. Well, I mean,
Well, I
besides,
know for me, just to give it context, people are surprised to know that I don't eat fish because they're always like, but you from Trinidad. I'm like, what does that have to do with eating fish?
yeah,
I don't eat fish.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't have that problem.
I love fish.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's boring because I mean, I'm a sports fanatic. I guess most people wouldn't know that I played soccer for Trinidad.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so I captained
That's a
the
good one, Louis. We
And
didn't know
cricket.
that.
And cricket.
on the 19 team. So
You were? Oh, that's awesome.
so that would be something. But for fun stuff, I really, I mean, cooking is that's a
That's your.
passion with me. But it's actually interesting. I'm not sure what's so many fun things I do, but I can't pick one little fun
You
stuff.
did. You said the soccer. We never
Yeah.
knew you played for Trinidad under 19.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They were short members at that time. They were short players, and they say, "Hey, come over here, boy." I came up. Yeah, I came up here to play soccer. Yeah,
Okay.
so so
What
that's
about you, Monique? What would people be surprised to know about
Good.
you?
I don't know, I guess, you know what? Like you, I don't eat a lot of things that Trinis eat. Like,
Okay.
I don't eat black pudding. You
Me?
eat black pudding?
No.
No.
Mm-mm. And
Exactly.
wild meat. And wild
I
meat.
don't eat wild
No.
meat.
Nope, not me either.
Um,
you guys are missing out.
I don't eat kingfish.
Well, I don't
Oh,
eat fish,
wow.
period. So,
There you
Yeah,
go. Yeah.
that's interesting. Yeah,
but Monique, no, I am surprised about since you have these cultural experiences that you share, that there are certain things you would not eat. So that is definitely something I'm surprised to learn.
Yeah.
Yep. Luis, he's the one who, like he would anything.
yeah. I eat
Yeah.
everything.
Yep.
And before we go, because this has been an amazing conversation,
Yes, it
but
has.
if
Enjoyed it.
there's anyone who wants to learn more about your services, events, culinary tours, what is the best way to get in touch with you?
So Caribeat.com on our website, Caribeat.com, is the best way to learn about all things Caribeat. And other than that, I mean, my telephone number is all over the website, so I don't mind sharing it. It's 202-631-1556. Feel free to WhatsApp me, call me, text me, or send us an email at info@caribeatdesigns.com.
Awesome. awesome. All right. Well, this has been so much
Been
fun.
very
Carly, you have final
informative.
word?
Thank
Yes,
you.
very
Yeah.
informative.
Thank
Well,
you.
we thank you so much. It was really, it's good, good. It was excellent.
Yes.
So thank
Of
you so much.
course. We are our
Yeah.
mission and vision is to connect all things Caribbean, right,
You
Carly?
And you
guys are
know,
doing
before
amazing work. We're just following your footsteps because you guys been
Eggs.
in it for
oh,
a long
thank
Yes,
you.
time.
Thank
yes.
you. Colleen, we plan to be in Toronto soon. I don't want to let the
Okay,
cat out
yes.
the bag, but
Yes,
yes.
let us know. Let me
Yeah, we
know.
are. We're gonna be there sooner than you
Yeah,
think.
very soon, like in
Awesome.
weeks. So we let you
Definitely.
know.
Okay, awesome.
Well,
Okay, great.
Carlene and I really appreciate your
Thank
time.
you so
And
much.
this was an awesome way to kick off season
You
two.
too.
What you think,
Yes.
You too.
Carlene?
Yes,
Season
yes.
two.
It
We're
was a
back for
great start.
season two. All right,
Thank
well,
Please
you.
guys.
keep up your great
Oh,
work. The
Yep.
Caribbean
thank
community
you.
is counting on you, and you have
Oh,
Caribeat's full support.
Thank you so
we
much.
love that.
We
Thank
appreciate
you
it.
so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank
Well,
Yeah.
you.
everyone, we had the awesome opportunity to speak to Louis and Monique McSween of Carribeat. They shared their information on how to get in contact with them. We'll also be posting it on our page later. And don't forget, we have a Big Island Lime this Saturday, August 24th at High Lawn from 2 to 10 p.m. And you can get your tickets at carribeat.com, or you can feel free to DM us, either me, Carlene, or What's the Scene, and we're more than happy to share the information with you.
Yes.
So on that note, have an amazing, no,
Good
good
night.
night. I
Good
forget. Good
night.
Good
night.
night. Good night.
Good night.
Have a good night,
Good night,
everyone.
everyone.
Thank you again, Louis and
Bye.
Bye.
Monique.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.